Good morning, this is the Paradise Unicorn Priestess, bringing you day 233 of A Course in Miracles, the Yin translation, where we use female words. This would be August 21st if you're starting at the new year. The dreamer of the dream. Suffering is an emphasis upon all that the world has done to injure you. Here is the world's demented version of salvation clearly shown. Like to a dream of punishment, in which the dreamer is unconscious of what brought on the attack against herself. She sees herself attacked unjustly and by something not herself. She is the victim of this something else, a thing outside herself, for which she has no reason to be held responsible. She must be innocent because she knows not what she does, but what is done to her. Yet is her own attack upon herself apparent still, for it is she who bears the suffering, and she cannot escape because its source is seen outside herself. Now you are being shown you can escape. All that is needed is you look upon the problem as it is, and not the way you have set it up. How could there be another way to solve a problem that is very simple, but has been obscured by heavy clouds of complication, which were made to keep the problem unresolved? Without the clouds, the problem will emerge in all its primitive simplicity. The choice will not be difficult, because the problem is absurd when clearly seen. No one has difficulty making up her mind to let a simple problem be resolved if it is seen as hurting her, and also very easily removed. The reasoning by which the world is made, on which it rests, by which it is maintained, is simply this: you are the cause of what I do. Your presence justifies my wrath, and you exist and think apart from me. While you attack, I must be innocent, and what I suffer from is your attack. No one who looks upon this reasoning exactly as it is could fail to see it does not follow and makes no sense. Yet it seems sensible because it looks as if the world were hurting you, and so it seems as if there is no need to go beyond the obvious in terms of cause. There is indeed a need. The world's escape from condemnation is a need which those within the world are joined in sharing. Yet they do not recognize their common need. For each one thinks that if she does her part, the condemnation of the world will rest on her, and it is this that she perceives to be her part in its deliverance. Vengeance must have a focus. Otherwise is the avenger's knife in her own hand and pointed to herself, and she must see it in another's hand if she would be a victim of attack she did not choose, and thus she suffers from the wounds a knife she does not hold has made upon herself. This is the purpose of the world she sees, and looked at thus, the world provides the means by which this purpose seems to be fulfilled. The means attest the purpose, but are not themselves a cause, nor will the cause be changed by seeing it apart from its effects. The cause produces the effects, which then bear witness to the cause and not themselves. Look, then, beyond effects. It is not here the cause of suffering and sin must lie, and dwell not on the suffering and sin, for they are but reflections of their cause. The part you play in salvaging the world from condemnation is your own escape. Forget not that the witness to the world of evil cannot speak except for what has seen a need for evil in the world. And this is where your guilt was first beheld. In separation from your sister was the first attack upon yourself begun, and it is this the world bears witness to. Seek not another cause, nor look among the mighty legions of its witnesses for its undoing. They support its claim on your allegiance. What conceals the truth is not where you should look to find the truth. The witnesses to sin all stand within one little space, and it is here you find the cause of your perspective on the world. Once You were unaware of what the cause of everything the world appeared to thrust upon you, uninvited and unasked, must really be. Of one thing you were sure. Of all the many causes you perceived as bringing pain and suffering to you, your guilt was not among them, nor did you in any way request them for yourself. This is how all illusions came about. The one who makes them does not see herself as making them, and their reality does not depend on her. Whatever cause they have is something quite apart from her, and what she sees is separate from her mind. She cannot doubt her dream's reality, because she does not see the part she plays in making them and making them seem real. No one can waken from a dream the world is dreaming for her. She becomes a part of someone else's dream. She cannot choose to waken from a dream she did not make. Helpless she stands, a victim to a dream conceived and cherished by a separate mind. Careless indeed of her this mind must be, as thoughtless of her peace and happiness as is the weather or the time of day. It loves her not, but casts her as it will in any role that satisfies its dream. So little is her worth that she is but a dancing shadow, leaping up and down according to a senseless plot conceived within the idle dreaming of the world. This is the only picture you can see, the one alternative that you can choose, the other possibility of cause, if you be not the dreamer of your dreams. And this is what you choose if you deny the cause of suffering is in your mind. Be glad indeed it is, for thus are you the one decider of your destiny and time. The choice is yours to make between a sleeping death and dreams of evil, or a happy awakening and joy of life. What could you choose between but life or death, waking or sleeping, peace or war, your dreams or your reality? There is a risk of thinking death is peace because the world equates the body with the self which God created. Yet a thing can never be its opposite, and death is opposite to peace because it is the opposite of life, and life is peace. Awaken and forget all thoughts of death, and you will find you have the peace of God. Yet if the choice is really given you, then you must see the causes of the things you choose between exactly as they are and where they are. What choices can be made between two states, but one of which is clearly recognized? Who could be free to choose between effects when only one is seen as up to her? An honest choice could never be perceived as one in which the choice is split between a tiny you and an enormous world with different dreams about the truth in you. The gap between reality and dreams lies not between the dreaming of the world and what you dream in secret. They are one. The dreaming of the world is but a part of your own dream you gave away, and saw as if it were its start and ending both. Yet it was started by your secret dream, which you do not perceive, although it caused the part of you to see and do not doubt is real. How could you doubt it while you lie asleep and dream in secret that its cause is real? A sister separated from yourself, an ancient enemy, a murderer who stalks you in the night and plots your death, yet plans that it be lingering and slow. Of this you dream, yet underneath this dream is yet another, in which you become the murderer, the secret enemy, the scavenger and the destroyer of your sister and the world alike. Here is the cause of suffering, the space between your little dreams and your reality, the little gap you do not even see, the birthplace of illusions and of fear, the time of terror and of ancient hate, the instant of disaster. All are here. Here is the cause of unreality, and it is here that it will be undone. You are the dreamer of the world of dreams. No other cause it has, nor ever will. Nothing more fearful than an idle dream has terrified God's child, and made her think that she has lost her innocence, denied her mother, and made war upon herself. So fearful is the dream, so seeming real, she could not waken to reality without the sweat of terror and a scream of mortal fear, unless a gentler dream preceded her waking, and allowed her calmer mind to welcome, not to fear, the voice that calls with love to waken her. A gentler dream in which her suffering was healed, and where her sister was her friend. God willed she waken gently and with joy, and gave her means to waken without fear. Accept the dream she gave instead of yours. It is not difficult to change a dream when once the dreamer has been recognized. Rest in the Holy Spirit and allow her gentle dreams to take the place of those you dreamed in terror and in fear of death. She brings forgiving dreams, in which the choice is not who is the murderer and who shall be the victim. In the dreams she brings, there is no murder, and there is no death. The dream of guilt is fading from your sight. Although your eyes are closed, a smile has come to lighten up your sleeping face. The sleep is peaceful now, for these are happy dreams. Dream softly of your sinless sister, who unites with you in holy innocence. And from this dream the Lady of Heaven will herself awaken her beloved child. Dream of your sister's kindness instead of dwelling in your dreams on her mistakes. Select her thoughtfulness to dream about instead of counting up the hurts she gave. Forgive her her illusions and give thanks to her for all the helpfulness she gave. And do not brush aside her many gifts because she is not perfect in your dreams. She represents her mother, whom you see as offering both life and death to you. Sister, she but gives life, yet what you see as gifts your sister offers represents the gifts you dream your mother gives to you. Let all your sister's gifts be seen in light of charity and kindness offered you, and let no pain disturb your dream of deep appreciation for her gifts to you. This text reading attests once again that love is gentle and kind. Our dream is so fearful that if we were to be suddenly awakened to reality, it would be even more terrifying for us. And so we are awakened gently by having nightmare images replaced with pleasant images. As we begin to see the truth that we are the cause of everything that seems to be outside of us, there is a moment where we see ourselves as the stalking murderer in the night, because every dark thing originated from our imagination. And that's not a pleasant image. In fact, unconsciously we're avoiding looking at it. But that too is an illusion. It's not the truth either. Once we realize that we're doing it to ourselves, then we realize we don't have to do it to ourselves. It is gentleness to replace our unpleasant illusions with more pleasant ones. And that is why I firmly believe that A Course in Miracles is a happy message to give us hope, because the more we become aware of our thoughts and the more we choose to have our thoughts be kind to our sister, to think about the times when our sister is thoughtful, not dwelling on times when we think of our sister doing something we didn't like. The more we focus on loving, kind, thoughtful things, the more that will be reflected in our dream. And the Holy Spirit partners with us to sweeten the dream. That is what paradise is. And the things that seem far away, seem to be having nothing whatsoever to do with us, they're actually inside of us. They're basically our unconscious mind. We're just seeing it play out on the outside, a projection of an illusion. So the real question is, if you're dreaming something that's unpleasant, why are you dreaming that? If you have an unpleasant dream in the night, why do you have that dream? There's a reason. It's something deep within you that wanted to have that dream. Is it not so? If we can accept that all of reality is a dream also, can we accept that when we see something unpleasant in the world, there was something inside of us that wanted it to be that way? A Course in Miracles gives us the reason for why that would be, because we feel awful about the separation, and then we're hiding from ourselves that that's what's going on. And this is why I feel that the story of a crucified Messiah is damaging to those who would walk this path, because from the outside what we see is a path getting more and more painful. We see an innocent person carrying a heavy cross up a hill, straining under the weight, and then having nails driven into their flesh, and then being put through torturous pain and suffocation until they've finally suffered enough and say that's enough. Then they let go, and then they have the release and the reward. That paints a picture of a path that gets more and more and more painful until we've paid enough somehow. And that's not the path that is described in A Course in Miracles ever. It consistently describes a path where our nightmare images get replaced by miracles. Do we deny what a miracle is? A miracle is a happy dream. It is a pleasant thing, a thing that we are overjoyed to see. The caution is simply not to see the happy dream as our salvation. No, it's a harbinger of the truth that only love is real. We are being cautioned not to get attached to those happy things, because that's not the source. The source is the light shining through the illusion, the light that is love. We're being asked to keep our focus on that. But the dream will get sweeter. Oh yes. If it's not getting sweeter, it just means we're not yet embracing the principles of the Course. We haven't yet forgiven. We don't have to be perfect. We just get better at handing it over to the Holy Spirit to judge for us sooner, more completely, more consistently. And why would this be? Because everything that we perceive as not me, not us, is a mirror reflection of the thoughts that we spend our time with. In the very beginning of the Course, we are told that we are not at all disciplined with our thoughts. We are reminded consistently that our thoughts are the most real thing about the illusion. We are even told that all that we think are our thoughts are not actually our thoughts, and that our mind is blank. But these things that are not are creating that which is not. And while we are being asked to, over time, when we are ready, relinquish preference amongst different forms of illusion, we will not have preference when we realize that all of the illusion is meaningless. But while we still have preference, if we will continually relinquish to love all our thoughts that we have become aware of that are not love, God herself will replace them with miracles. Miracles bloom in the space we hold empty, the space where we relinquish judgment. All we have to do is hold it empty for the miracle to bloom, because love is the natural state of reality, and we strain ourselves to hold in place that which is not love. Even though there seems to be so much momentum behind our habits, of all the habits that we are to change, A Course in Miracles redirects us away from being overly concerned with our outer behavior. Oh no, it is our inner thoughts. That is the habit that it asks us to change. To be kind to ourselves, and to be kind to everything we think of as not being ourselves. And then when we have done that, will the mirror reflect back to us the love that we have allowed to radiate out from us. We do well to spend our time with things that are easy for us to love, because even though they are illusions, we have imbued them with love. That is what makes them have any reality that they have at all, because, again, love is the only thing that is real. And this is why choosing to find ways to appreciate things and feel grateful is time well spent, because the greater the percentage we spend with those types of thoughts, the more the mirror will reflect that back to us. That is the heart of this message. All right, after reviewing the question and passage on what is salvation, we go to lesson 233. I give my life to God to guide today. Mother, I give you all my thoughts today. I would have none of mine. In place of them, give me your own. I give you all my acts as well, that I may do your will, instead of seeking goals which cannot be obtained and wasting time in vain imaginings. Today I come to you. I will step back and merely follow you. Be you the guide, and I the follower, who questions not the wisdom of the infinite, nor love whose tenderness I cannot comprehend, but which is yet your perfect gift to me. Today we have one guide to lead us on, and as we walk together, we will give this day to her with no reserve at all. This is her day, and so it is a day of countless gifts and mercies unto us. And that is our lesson for the day. Happy practicing.